We got a bunch of new 411 for all three parts of the upcoming Black Ops 4 game, the multiplayer, the zombies, and the campaign. Blackout Battle Royale mode here to discuss in the Call of Duty news of the week. The dates for the multiplayer beta were revealed over the weekend and will begin in early August unless you're dumb enough to switch to Xfinity for your internet provider. That is, if you could actually do so given the regional monopoly scheme to fuck over consumers here in the United States, and if you want to be like those Gammon Labs, Snort, and E-Athlete wannabes that switch to the PlayStation 4 when competitive chose that platform over the VCR, because Xfinity is giving its customers a chance to play Black Ops 4 early in select cities like Washington, D.C., which started on Monday, Boston starting tomorrow, and others linked in the description, along with all of my sources for this news video and all of the Call of Duty news videos that I always do. All of my sources are always linked down there. Anyways, for the actual beta, demo, which you'll need to get a code for via pre-ordering the game, it runs from Friday, August 3rd through Monday, August 6th on the PlayStation 4 only because Activision and Sony are both spelt with $signs. The second beta weekend, which runs from Friday, August 10th through Monday, August 13th, is available on both the PS4 and Xbox One, as well as on the PC through Battle.net, with it being an open beta on that platform only from the 11th through the 13th, because who the fuck pre-orders games, since it's the reason why the gaming industry is so shit nowadays. You guys are part of the fucking problem. Whoever came up with this brilliant idea to have all three platforms on the same weekend should be beaten with a stick, since this means I will maybe try the Xbox beta on Friday and then go for the open beta on PC during the weekend to compare the difference between the ports, but I'd rather have a full weekend with each. We also know what we're getting into for the beta, as we'll have access to 6 maps, the 4 that we've seen from Treyarch live streams, along with 2 new ones named Hacienda and Gridlock, along with 5 different game modes: TDM Domination, Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, and the new Control mode, as well as 2 new operators, which by new I mean of course ones that were in Black Ops 3, but this time Prophet actually has hair, Dreadlocks of course because stereotypes, and Nomad, who has a dog now, since everybody loved the Riley death streak in Call of Duty Ghosts, right? Also, if you participate in the beta, demo, you'll be getting a calling card like every other Call of Duty beta, but this time if you also reach the level cap, you'll get a permanent unlock token when the game launches in October. There's also an announcement for a Blackout Battle Royale mode beta sometime in September, and of course first on the PlayStation 4, but hopefully it's not the same weekend as the Battlefield 5 beta, because that would be even more asinine than having all 3 platforms on the same weekend. There wasn't any other official information about this mode, however, leaks have been springing up on Reddit, including this image, which appears to be the Blackout lobby screen with a friends counter of 12 players and a lobby counter that indicates between 2 and 60 players, meaning that the biggest lobby is well under the, quote, magic 100 number that other Battle Royale games like PUBG, Fortnite, etc. use for their games. Considering that based on calculations of the size of the map, it's going to be slightly bigger than that in Fortnite, and putting less than 100 people in it means that the blistering, fast-paced Call of Duty action we've all known and loved won't be present in the Blackout mode. We also got another Reddit post yesterday with even more leaks about the mode, including the confirmation about the leak screenshot indicating that the team is aiming for at least 50 players and are currently testing 64. Other tidbits include having Nuketown in its entirety being in the center of the island map, which contains assets of other past Black Ops games maps, health being at 150, similar to multiplayer with the armor ability, with medical kits that replenish that health, and scavenged armor allowing players to take 1 extra bullet of damage, inventory slots that increase via backpacks similar to PUBG, weapon loot rarity, which includes better attachments similar to Radical Heights and the Battle Royale mode in Call of Duty Online, consumable specialist abilities and equipment like score streaks, including the RCXD without C4 and monkey bombs, and current mechanics from Call of Duty Online like the visible red wall for the playable zones and the spawn-in system in lieu of parachuting into the map. The most concerning piece of this leak, however, is that the only fully functioning vehicle in the current build is the ATV. None of the other land, air, and sea vehicles seem ready to go. This seems to back up earlier leaks by Matthew Harris that the campaign was scrapped last minute to work on a Battle Royale mode in order to chase trends while abandoning staples that aren't nearly as monetizable. Thankfully, there is a beta, demo, coming in September where we could try the mode out. For me, it doesn't need to hit that magic 100 number if the map size is right. Hell, even the Call of Duty Online Battle Royale mode with only 18 players in it usually lasts about 10 minutes tops, but given the map size estimate of Fortnite-esque, with only just more than half as many players means a lot more downtime. Downtime isn't necessarily a bad thing, but if your loot is as shallow as a kiddie pool and not like PUBG, where there's tons of beepity bops littered around the map for you to find, then it makes for a very boring experience. These leaks were posted on Reddit by the same user who dropped some Zombies leaks about the upcoming title just before the Chaos story trailer was dropped on the official Call of Duty YouTube channel, so it seems these have some legitimacy to them. This Zombies trailer introduces the cast of characters that you'll not want to get to know because the actual characters that you want to play with will all be locked behind a paywall as DLC in a monetization scheme that's anachronistic in 2018. It starts off on the Titanic for the Voyage of Despair map with a female protagonist because that went over so well for their main competitor Battlefield 5. She starts blabbing about a generic story where her father is missing and she wants to find him even though he's into some weird crazy guy type shit like in Wrinkle in Time, but let's hope the zombies experience isn't as shitty as the movie. These strange things include worshipping weird statues or gods like Horus, Poseidon, and joining cults that aren't named Scientology, as well as making friends with people that apparently hate one another but have to band together in the worst coming-of-age story since The Breakfast Club, with cheesy lines like,
"I stared into the abyss and the abyss gave me a gun,"
and
"We all owe your father a great debt, so we'll do whatever it takes to get him back."
I can't help but laugh as their lips aren't even moving when they say these things, first of all, and second of all, who the fuck came up with this dialogue? No wonder why they cut the campaign if their storytelling is this fucking shite. There's multiple floors, including an underwater bit where apparently zombies can't swim but walk even slower than on ground, a scene from Ghostbusters here with what seems to be some proton-packed guns, another female-centered movie reboot, notice the theme here, and of course a generic zombie boss that is eerily similar to a crab or spider. Then the trailer switches to the scene of 9, which they actually got the Roman numerals correct, unlike the game title itself, where it uses an easy plot device to show you how they got guns back in ancient times. They're forced into an arena fighting off hordes of zombies, and instead of hellhounds, they're replaced with fucking tigers, even though those animals never made it anywhere near Rome because cats are better than dogs. At least we all know that the Easter egg music for this map will definitely be a crappy cover of Survivor's Eye of the Tiger by Avenged Sevenfold with the cheesiest musician names and awful guitar tone. Here's another boss, and this one throws axes this time, so at least you'll have to deal with a ranged weapon in zombies. Speaking of melee weapons, according to this leak, each character has a special weapon like Scarlet with the staff, Diego with the discs, and not depicted, Shaw with the sword, and Bruno with the hammer, but now there's more things that you could use to kill zombies if you don't want to count that ammo. Oh, and yes, you saw that correctly. It looks like the Brecci, aka easy mode shotgun that takes no skill, often paired with jitter mods, is back in Black Ops 4, so I'm sure you can name other gun assets that we've seen before reused throughout this trailer. There won't be a beta for this mode, and it's probably the reason why Activision is still probably going through with the Season Pass, because the zombies community continues to throw money up the screen just because they're invested in new ways to run around in circles for hours on end at just at arm's reach. The Black Ops 4 beta, demo, is actually just around the corner in August in a couple weeks, and I will be doing both a top 5 plays and top 5 fails from the beta during that time, so if you're playing Black Ops 4 and get some clips, be sure to email them into me, theschwanz27@gmail.com, so that I can use them in the video. What do you guys think about the Blackout leaks and the other information in the video? I've been theschwanz27 out like Hawaii and San Antonio. Until next time.